But I was doing scan, I was doing urine test, I was doing everything, pregnancy, there was nothing. The doctor told me, number one, I'm lactose intolerant.
I think almost every Nigerian is lactose intolerant.
Let me finish. Lactose intolerant. Then I have hormonal imbalance. Then I have irregular periods, and then I have PCOS. Meals I'm supposed to be eating, incorporating in my diet, from broccoli to avocado to cauliflower. Me oje broccoli, me oje avocado. So that 2019 March, when I changed my diet, I went to the US. Then I was on the plane back to Nigeria. I just stood up, I went to the restroom to pee. This was right after I changed my diet. Like after I changed my diet, weeks after I changed my diet that month.
Wow.
Yes.
You were excited?
The first thing that came out from me was, thank you, Jesus.
The woman's reproductive journey is never a straight line. From periods to pregnancy, to childbirth to postpartum, to childcare, there are so many bumps in between. So let's talk about it. My name is OloriSuperGal, and this is the Me and My Girls series, where we discuss everything women's reproductive health. This is for you as a woman, young or not, with kids or child-free. Get your girls to come watch with you and enjoy the episode.
Hi, my name is OloriSuperGal, and today I have the most delectable, intelligent, intellectual, beautiful social media maestro. That's the word. Yeah, social media. You heard it first here. Social media maestro, none other than the Tosin Ajibade, also known as OloriSuperGal. I'm so glad to be sitting here with you.
I am flabbergasted.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So before we get into it, we're gonna play a game. Sure, you like playing games?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. So choose between number 1 and 10.
5.
Oh, what's your absolute dream job? That's what
soft life job. Just to enjoy
life.
enjoy life. You know,
I actually thought you were going to
by
say
the beach.
what you do.
Or what I do. Well, not really, because at the end of it all, you want to really enjoy your money. But everyone is working. So you just take out time from that busy time to enjoy your money, to enjoy that time. But I mean, soft life gang.
I love it.
Yes.
I want to start, going there. Not like I like stuff ahead. No, that's not what I'm saying. I need to be more aware that there's something called soft life gang.
And I think it's just creating time for yourself. Just do it. It's for you. So you're not stuck in, I wish I did, or I wished I had done this.
Had I known
type of a thing. So.
And a lot of girls don't really know how to enjoy. Like, it's like we're programmed to always serve somebody or something.
You're going to serve somebody. So we don't know how to
relax.
So I'm just grateful for my own self, because since I unlocked that thing in 2013, I didn't look back. Like there was one thing I said to myself: every December I spend it outside the country. It's just for me, honestly. So you guys can be doing your dirty December in Lagos, but I'm just somewhere
chilling.
Honestly, that December I'm not around.
You're not.
Me see around.
When you say that,
me see around. Because I just said to myself, that thing I unlocked it 2013, and it was sweet. It was beautiful. 2013 was Ghana, 14 was South Africa, 15 like it was just back to like in between the other travels. But that December, I just leave it for myself.
The whole of the month?
Not the whole of the month, maybe a week. 2019, the year before COVID, I was in Cape Verde.
Olua.
Yes, and we actually lodged at a resort. We spent 7 nights, and that was the year Cape Verde opened Lagos to Cabo Verde, and it was a direct flight. So yeah, was it? I can't remember, but I think so. But that was where I spent my December 2019.
When shall be the year?
And it was what's that thing called? All inclusive. So
all
we had
expense
access
paid.
to
All inclusive.
all inclusive. We had access to a resort, so the beachfront. We had access. It was a massive resort. So it
Shall
was a
this year
very-
be the year?
It can be. You have to create that time, honestly.
Yeah, but my money is not speaking that way.
You plan, and that's the thing. You plan. You save ahead. Like you just is all these things. You might see people enjoying December. People will be enjoying. You be seeing them doing everything, but they've planned ahead.
True, shall.
Honestly,
Actually, my brother has a Dirty December account that he just puts.
it
money
just saves.
there.
Yeah, so you can just plan ahead because November, December, January, it's a peak season. So etiquette, hotels, everything all fully booked. So if you're not planning ahead, you would also lose out in anything that is happening. So you are then stuck in Lagos traffic.
He's stuck in Lagos.
Yes.
No, Tosin came to drag me.
I didn't drag
No,
you.
not in a bad way, but I'm getting my life. Okay,
Awesome, no
okay,
problem. You'll be fine.
Thank you for that tip.
No
like
wahala.
it's game war. I say we should play.
It's game. You said game. I told you I'm game. Like, okay. Okay then.
Anyway, so let's just get into it. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about I had to write down polycystic
Ovarian
ovary/ovarian syndrome, and you're pretty vocal about this. When did you find out that you had PCOS?
Okay, so I think if I'm not really clear, but I remember clearly that I had like stomach issues. I did scan at that time, and they told me what it was. I was saying God forbid. I said God forbid, God forbid. I'm a church girl, so I was just saying God forbid. Then I now realized that 2015, 2016, I had irregular periods, and I was not even in a relationship, so it was either I was pregnant yeah, or there was really something wrong with me, because I kept doing scans. I went to there's this Lucky Scan Center. They chopped my money because I was always going from Oniru down there. But I was doing scan, I was doing urine tests, I was doing everything, pregnancy. There was nothing. There was nothing. So at a point, I had skin rashes, and it was spreading from my chest all up to my arm, then to my sleeve, and I thought it was my towels, so I had to change towels. It was not towels. Then I went on Google, skin issues, and then I saw a clinic in VI. Then I booked an appointment. I even saw the recommendation of CME's YouTube channel, so I just went to the place. Apparently the doctor knew me. Oh, hi, I know, and yes, I know you know me. Okay, but this is why I'm here. So she attended to me. From our consultation, she told me what it was. She didn't
Waste. Can you imagine?
I'm sorry, but you know when the doctor is speaking to you, you feel maybe the person needs to check or test you. She didn't even touch me. She just sat. We're just sitting across, and then I was just sitting across. Sorry, and then she said to me that this is not a skin issue, that you need to see a gynecologist. Okay, I said all right, and then she referred me to a doctor she knows in Ibadan. Then I had to book an appointment with the doctor. The doctor had to tell me where to meet with him in on the mainland in an hospital. I had to register. Like, it was just a long journey, but then again I did, and then he asked me questions, and then I said everything. Then he told me to do some tests, so I ran all the tests, and that was the year of discovery. From tummy ache to thinking one was pregnant, so I realized they were not even pregnant. Having to do all sorts of scans, and then the next thing, I had skin issues because for me, I love backless, I love off shoulder, all those kind of showing off. At the point, I could not wear clothes like that. It was really that bad. I even thought it was my towels. I changed towels. I was changing towels like every 2 days. It was that bad, So until the doctor then told me what it was, and I did my tests. I ran all the tests, and then I was told I will list them. Can I?
No, please.
Doctor came back. Should I continue? I'm sorry. Okay, so I met with the doctor, and the doctor told me, number one, I'm lactose intolerant. I
think almost every Nigerian is lactose intolerant.
Let me finish. Lactose intolerant. Then I have hormonal imbalance. Then I have irregular periods, and then I have PCOS. It was right. I said I was in front of the doctor. I didn't even understand one bit. I didn't understand anything at all. So he then explained everything. He said, "Oh, lactose, meaning I have to stay away from milk." He listed everything. Oh, he said cake or ice cream, and that's me. I'm a sweet tooth person.
You get,
and then when he went on saying all of that, okay, I understood that part of staying away from dairy milk. Then he went on with the hormonal imbalance thing, which he led everything was linked up. It was all around the whole PCOS thing, the ovarian cyst. With the ovarian cyst, he told me the size. He told me, described everything. In my head, I was like, where will I start from? It was terrible. So this was now down to 2017 to 2019. 2019 it became worse because I was seeing my period like 2 to 4 times in a year. So, and that was really worrisome for me. So I was at an event, like this beginning of the year event where you just sit down, entrepreneurs, business owners. So I was there and a lady came in late. So they told her to sit just beside me, and then we were talking about ourselves. Apparently, people knew I was in the garden, so give me time to say who I am. But then again, the lady sat beside me, and then she went on to say, that she had PCOS and she sells healthy cookies, and it started from university. And then I looked at her. I said, I've never heard anybody come out to say this is what I'm going through. And then right there, I just like, more. Leave what people know you as. Just put it aside. And then I went to meet her. I walked up to her. I told her what it was, and then she advised me. So she introduced me to a nutritionist. That was my journey began. And so between that 2017 when I ran all those tests and 2019, I was still struggling with all these things, thinking, medication would fix it because I was on tab. I was on all sort of swallow pills and all. So 2019 I met with the nutritionist. I had to do another set of tests again, sent her all the results, then she, including blood tests. So then she gave me my result and then sent to me on WhatsApp PDF, told me what it was. She told me that I have to change my diet. Please.
That's the worst thing. Tell someone that loves food.
You like anybody watching this, just go and be saving money because you will spend money.
Diet
on
is
food.
expensive. Yeah.
So okay, so she told me that I have to change my diet. She actually it was so well detailed. So from the red tab to the green tab to the yellow tab. So the red tab had meals I needed to avoid, from drinks to food to meat. So even before 2019 I already stopped meat.
Okay.
I think meat was also one of the things I don't know, for whatever reason I had no idea, but at the point I just stopped eating meat. I just stopped it. So when I saw meat, I knew that okay, I can deal with this
one.
Then the green tab, which is supposed to be meals I'm supposed to be eating, incorporating in my diet, from broccoli to avocado to cauliflower. Broccoli, avocado, like all these things were like, like I'm saying these things, but it sounds boyish to some people. When I decided to, okay, Tosin, you need to do this, because already, like I said, it was a lot of issues. And I decided, okay, March 2019 I was going to start. So I started, and I needed to be accountable for myself. Number one, I didn't know anyone at that time who was dealing with it. I didn't know who to talk to aside from the lady who introduced me to a nutritionist. So I didn't know who I was going to be accountable to So I started with the wasn't a meal plan, whatever she wrote in the green tab and yellow tab is what I would just go with. So I started buying carrots, started buying all sorts of things. I'm sorry I'm laughing. Funny. So I was buying all those things. I was shopping. It was so selective. And then I called home. I called my parents. They live in Lagos. I called them. I said, whenever I come home, I'm not eating certain type of meals, so they should not feel hungry that I'm not eating their food. So I started explaining myself. So from almond milk to coconut milk to I started buying from supermarkets. It was as if I wasted money. As if I wasted money. And I'll tell you why. Because these are already packed milks. Number one, Tosin, you're the only one drinking or eating this type of meals. Nobody would help you eat this type of meals in the house. So once I open the 1 liter milk and then I put it in the refrigerator, in the next 2 to 3 days it's spoiled. So then I realized I was wasting money. And I'm the type of person, I don't like wasting food. So that got to me. I was like, how can I manage this? How can I manage myself? So I had to learn how to make my meals. Yes, I had to learn how to make my meals. I had to learn how to make smoothie. I had to learn how to make my milk. So I stopped buying milk. And now I made coconut milk last night. So I make my own milk. And from making it to preservation. So I changed all my cookwares. I invested in what's that thing called? It's a cast iron. Yeah, I invested in all of that. And it's a lot of money. That's why I said that. That's why I mentioned that anyone who's watching this episode, I'm not scaring you. And it's not like, oh, I have so much money to throw away. No. All of these things I'm also sharing is because I also had to learn the hard way. So from learning how to change my pot to learning how to make my food, preservation, I had to start buying glass. So I threw away everything that had to do with plastic in my kitchen.
Wow.
Like today, if you come to my kitchen and you see plastic, maybe it's just because you want to put something in the freezer. Plastic now irritates me. That's how bad it is right now. Well, go and read. It's a lot of reading. So I had to read, I had to do all of that. I had to invest in magazines. So whenever I travel, I'll buy magazines. So, magazines abroad, they have all these magazines just solely for plant-based meals. Not like you have looking for it in the middle of a tabloid or newspaper like they have. So I had to invest in all of that. I invest in watching documentaries on Netflix. I have a friend Remy Owadoko. She'll send me what to watch, what to do, how to make. So it was a lot of work for me. And guess who was just eating those food only? It's just me. Nobody understood what was going on. Nobody understood. What are you making? What are you eating? I'll make muffins. I can't add certain things in my muffins. I have to make sure that I'm telling you, yes, I'm making cake and I love sweet things. I even had to learn how to make my own ice cream. Yep. I'm a G like that.
I'm just amazed.
No. Yeah, but I had to learn. I had to learn everything. So for my milk, like I don't buy all this milk. I don't buy again. I just buy the raw ingredients and then do my thing. And then I have like bottles where I just preserve them in the refrigerator for as long as it's fresh. So yes, I can.
Wow.
Be good. And that's just question number 1. I'm sorry. It's so
No, like you've hit everywhere. The reason why I'm amazed because when I was pregnant with my son, at some point I was diagnosed with, they said, it looked like I was having gestational, gestational diabetes, wanting. I had to lose weight, I had to clinical. And I was like, like this pregnancy already is scattering my brain. So how do I want to start to be doing this? Like it was really hard. I fell off the wagon. I'm not going to lie. Then after having my son, shortly after, I think a month after, I got admitted in the hospital. Ulcer, a big gallbladder, something. So I had to stay off milk, stay off so many things. All I was eating was salad and potato. So it was the worst time
even
of
for my
life.
salad, I had to learn how to. I had to buy plates. When I went to Kenya, I went to Nairobi. I went to Nairobi 2019. Then I went to one of their markets there, supermarket. So I had to buy a lot of all these things I'm talking about. I had to buy a lot of from spices. In short, I even had to stop adding Maggi to my meals. So I would basically just use spices. My oils went from vegetable oils to avocado oil to olive oil. I wanted to use them. Oh, they were very expensive. Very expensive. So it's a lot of investment. Hence why when I started sharing my story, even back then, I would tell people, see, don't just follow what I'm doing. See a gynecologist, see a nutritionist. Don't just say because Tosin is doing it or you want to do it. Because for me, when they told me what to do, I had to do. I did a lot of tests, even to my blood. What's that thing called? Is it blood group or big genotype? What's that thing called? Yeah, I think so.
Blood sugar.
No. The blood group thing.
Okay.
It went all the way to that. So they need to know what works for you. What works for me might not work for you, but
for
generally, those are the things that I had to do.
I actually applaud your discipline and determination. Cause after like I think the third week, I told my husband.
Oh, I didn't say a testimony, so let me share a testimony. So that March 2019, when I switched, so I was eating carrots. I remember I was on that Admiralty Road looking for what I was not supposed to be looking for, from fruits to, was just terrible. Then I could not even eat, so I stopped eating outside. Because I could not eat outside. So for instance, when I go out for event and they tell me this is pina colada, I'll ask what. I don't even need to ask. I'm not interested, because the milk or what's that thing called? It could be condensed milk, it could be full cream milk, it could be, and girl cannot take it. I cannot take it.
Wow.
Yes. So I was very, very careful when I go outside to eat, or when I go outside for event. I'm always very careful.
So you'd eat before you leave?
I eat before my sister. Yeah. Because I already know, I know this thing. So now I'm usually just very careful. I know it's a party or it's an event. They do everything in general. They don't ask if you're vegan, vegetarian, if you're flexitarian or pescatarian. They don't ask all these questions in Nigeria. So they just assume everybody eats jollof rice. Everybody eats this, everybody eats this, so it's general meal. So for me, when I'm taking my drinks, when I'm eating my food, I'm always very careful. So sometimes when I eat, sorry, I'm laughing again. I was at an event in 2021 and we were served food, and the only protein available was meat. I said I'm not eating. They said no. Now I said I'm not eating. They thought it was disrespect. I said no, I'm fine. Like I had my rice without the meat, and they thought I said no, I am fine. But people don't understand, and I totally get it. But then again, I just avoid it. So that 2019 March, when I changed my diet, I was I went to the US. Then I was on the plane back to Nigeria. That last leg flight that is always long, and you're wondering how we're landing. So I just stood up. I went to the restroom to pee, and imagine after how many months of not seeing your period, and the next thing you are seeing something
on the plane.
My sister. I'm telling you the truth. And this was right after I changed my diet. Like after I changed my diet, weeks after I changed my diet that month.
Wow.
Yes.
You were excited.
The first thing that came out from me was thank you, Jesus.
I understand what you're saying, because me who doesn't like periods, I'm like,
and that's the thing. So people will say, "Oh, I'm happy I did not see it." Some people are crying
to want to see
it. I'm being like imagine months, like in a year I'm saying like 4 times in a year, and that 4 times I'm not even using the app. I'm not using, what's that thing called, period app, flow app, YOLO. My own is manual. The day it came and the day it ended, that's like, it's so manual. I have my details, like I'm seeing any gynecologist, I have my record from 2018. It's manual. Because it fluctuates. So it's not like, I saw it this time last month, I'm seeing this time. No, my own, I don't know when it's coming. So when I saw it at that time, I was like, like I was not sure. Then I, of course, cleaned up and all. But then again, when I landed, the first person I called was my mom, and I told her what I'd experienced and everything. She was like, are you sure? I said yes, and we spoke and all. And then since then I noticed. So that 2019, it was more than the period of time it came was more than the previous years, and it was due to that food change.
So how's that been since then?
Good, very good. And even right now, let me even talk about the difficult part of it, because it sounds so interesting, so challenging.
I was going to get the bug. Yeah, carry on.
My sister, it was so challenging. Number one, money. Number two, having to read and understand the things that you're not used to. So if you are in your 30s or in your late 20s and you have been used to things for the past 20 something years,
it's gonna take
a lot of time to like adjust to that new thing. So like I said, I had to learn all these things, and I'm very good at learning. So picking up is not even a problem, except I'm not interested. But this time around, it was my life, my health, my body, and everything. From Tosin, oh, you look so good, to Tosin, you've added weight. And that is what PCOS does to you. It makes you look this, and the next thing, wow. So you bloat, you have hair, like for instance, facial hair. You bloat, you have mood swings, and that thing, I realized that, okay, I see why
I'm always moody.
I'm sure some people
yeah.
like, why is she always cranky? Why is she always? I see. Like they won't. These things you won't know.
What about sleep? How are you?
Sleep, nah. So sleep for so I don't know. I think it affected my health, because for sleep I don't sleep on time. But I wake up early, so I could go till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and then I'm up maybe 8 a.m. And then when I realized that sleep is really needed, and then I started listening to my body. So for instance, if I'm active during the day and all of that, and the next day I'm feeling dizzy around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., my sister, I don't drag it. I say, okay, no problem. I just go to bed and sleep. Then I'm awake, and then I'm awake. I'm fully energized. So that is one thing it does to you. It just carries you from 0 to 100. 100, you are going down. Bam.
Oh, wow.
And when you don't understand it, because we don't understand, for me, I didn't understand all these things. So when I now realized that, okay, this was what this thing was doing to me, I started helping myself. So when I'm about to be cranky or I'm about to be shouting and my body is hot, I then realize that Tosin will calm down.
I like that you said you listen to your body, because one of the guests that we had also emphasized the importance of listening to. We don't know how to listen to our
body. Yes.
Like sometimes you're like, oh no, I'm just ginger.
Like I don't take energy drinks. I have to even cut alcohol, all those things, and because that's what comes with it. That's a sacrifice you have. You have to cut out a whole lot of things. When I did my test, because I do my hormonal test like twice a year. I ran my test last year, and the nurse was telling me at the lab, like, my sister, what do you eat? Your blood is so clean. And some people, their blood is, as she described it, I was like, are you sure? She said yes. So what do you do? What do you eat? What do you do?
Wow. I'm not doing that test.
So with all of these things, though, I'm just gonna put it down to that. What you are what you eat. So whatever you put in your body is what comes out. So when people, I know I was complimented when I walked in, but
yes,
I get that a lot these days, and people ask me, what do you do? Honestly, my teas, I had to go into gardening, so I grow my herbs.
I was about to ask. In fact, I had, so we heard that how I coined it was like, word on the streets, like an herbalist.
So herbalist. And the journey is also part of this PCOS thing. Growing up, my dad had trees, he had all those things, so I grew up with all of that, but having to stay on my own, I also loved it. And one thing led to that gardening full time, and that was because I went to a supermarket and I wanted certain leaves, and what I saw on the shelves were not something they are supposed to put there for sale. So I said to myself, okay, so I'm going to buy this, and by the time I get to what am I going to consume? So I had to now invest in gardening. Gardening is therapeutic for me. Gardening has also helped me see life in a different way.
This sounds so
sounds so what?
It sounds so, is it poet no, like very, how to do the deep
bougie, like
I see life in a different way. Yes.
I get that a lot, so it's fine. So but that is what gardening has done to me, and it has really helped me. Like from knowing the fruits, the herbs, I've harvested strawberries, harvested cucumbers, harvested potatoes, tomatoes,
How big
peppers.
Is your garden? How big is your garden?
It's a rented space, in front of where I stay. But I did all of this in sacks and in buckets.
Wow. So basically you eat everything from your garden.
So I eat from what I plant.
Wow.
Yes. So right now I have herbs like Mexican mint. I have my oregano. I have my lemongrass. I have my butterfly pea. So my butterfly pea, I take the flowers, I dry it out. I dry it and I turn it as tea. The peas you can add to your food. And that's the thing about this. You need to know all of these things. I don't want to sound like I went to school for agriculture. I didn't even study agriculture in school. I had to learn all of these things. And knowing what works, because at the end of the day, if you watch some documentaries, oh God, I'm missing. If you watch some documentaries, you will later realize that some of the things that, I don't even say this on air or off air, but the truth is, some of the things that are being sold on the shelves are from plants. Yes.
Wow. I feel like I I'm feeling small shame. Like, this girl, you should have continued that thing. But
no, and that's the thing. I was saying something about challenges. Being accountable. I was accountable for myself by opening an account on Instagram. Because I didn't have anyone around me that could relate. So when I'm making, for instance, now I'm making carrot soup. I wonder what's carrot soup. I blended carrots, maybe turn it as soup. Or I'm making my salad. I'm cutting tomatoes, cutting my veggies, adding everything. Then I'm making my own sauce. So I don't buy what they sell in the supermarket. I make my own sauce with lemon and pepper, black pepper with olive oil, and then do all the thing you want to do and all of that. So it's about learning. It's learning and understanding. Even when I make my shawarma at home, I there's a way I do my shawarma. It's just avocado. Avocado is butter. Avocado is very good for the skin. It's part of so all of these things you have to really understand what really works for you. Because it's challenging in the sense that but you cannot split the bills if you don't have anyone that can match your grocery list. So I was, for the longest of time, I don't know if anybody's out there watching. If you want us to share grocery list, I'm available. Yes, because when you're buying your lentils, you're buying your rice, you're buying everything, you're buying like maybe 1 kg, you're buying maybe 5 kg from the supermarket. Can you finish 1 kg in 1 month? Can you finish 5 kg in 1 month? You need to split the bills. So now imagine how much you are savings or current, how much you are spending.
And it's even more difficult if you're the only one who has to make that lifestyle change, and everybody, the people that you live with, are not. So
we have different pots.
Yeah, you have different pots, but it's like the money that is even coming in cannot even sustain.
Exactly. You're spending someone's salary on those meals. You're spending someone's month-end salary. And that's just one. So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And it's really challenging for women who don't have support, who don't know these things. I
was going to ask that question.
Yes, they don't have support. They don't know who to run to, where to go to. Because at the end of the day, when your gynecologist, or your doctor, tells you what to do, it's left to you to now take it up and say, you know what, Tosin, I want to do this for myself. And when I started this journey, I said, this is for me. It's not for anybody.
It's not for anybody.
And sometimes when I travel, before I leave Nigeria, before I leave Nigeria, I have to look out for plant-based restaurants.
Where you're going?
Where I'm going to. I went for a conference 2019. I had to look for someone around. You should have to follow them. So I have to look for my meals way ahead before I get there.
Wow.
Just so that I'm comfortable and I know what I'm doing.
Has there been any point in time where you fell off the bandwagon?
I had come back. And that's what it is. It's the same thing.
And you're not hard on yourself.
I'm not hard on myself. It's just like repentance. You sin now, you tell God forgive me, and then God will accept you, and then you come back. Please just be good to yourself. Like, who is watching? Who is counting for you? As long as you know what you are doing, you don't need to feel guilty that I fell off and then should I come back? No. So if I take ice cream, I'm like, okay, I'm just taking it because it's now, but I know what I'm going back to. I know that I'm picking it up immediately. So I'm not going to lie to anybody or lie to myself that I've not tasted. No, you fall and you come back. And when you come back,
those foods?
Of course, I don't eat meat. And when I tell people, they feel like I'm weird. I'm not weird. It's not weird. It's not a weird thing. It's just that I never see mushrooms. Like, do you know how I have to make my mushrooms so good so that I can eat my mushrooms? Do you know what I have to take? So it's the same thing as tofu too. So when you tell people, I eat tofu, or I take tofu, or I eat mushrooms, how do you enjoy it? How do you enjoy your chicken? How do you enjoy your meat? You marinate them, isn't it? You season them, isn't it? It's the same thing too to the tofu. It's the same thing too to the mushrooms. That's how you enjoy them. So I was talking about seasoning cubes, spices, adding spices, learning what spice is right for you at the time, at the right time. Like for your cinnamon, you can add it to your breakfast, you can add it to your baking, your cumin, I'm a spice girl, like oregano, like so many that you can add to your meals, and these things are very good. When I shop sometimes from farms, some people who hold farms, like when I buy parsley and all, I just dry it out. From drying it out and then I blend them, I have my parsley in powder form, from fresh to dry. It's just knowing how to, and I had to learn all of these things, knowing how to just preserve, knowing how to manage yourself.
So what would you say to someone who's bank account is not, this is not me saying, oh, you have all the money in the world. Someone who's like, how do I understand? Because at the end of the day, healthy living is expensive.
Did you hear me say that it's expensive? If I'm saying it's expensive
for anybody. So how does someone who probably has PCOS and knows that they have to change their diet, what would you say would be your advice for them? Okay, how can they manage it with the small money they have in their
one
account?
of the things I learned, like I mentioned earlier, I started with supermarkets. Did you hear me say go back to supermarkets? No, I had to learn how to make this thing. So if I'm to buy my almonds, for instance, almonds are expensive. Everything is expensive. Okay. So when I buy my almonds, so all these things boils down to measuring cups, teaspoons, and the rest of them. So just have your measuring cup. So when I soak 1 cup of my almond milk, I know that this is going to last me for about 3 to 4 days that week, as long as I'm having breakfast. So I don't make so much milk. With a small budget, please just start with what you can. See, our vegetables are very healthy. They have a lot of nutrients. They have a lot of healing ingredients. We run away from your bitter leaf to your ugu leaves to all the leaves that you'll be running away from. Start incorporating them in your meals.
So you don't have to go to broccoli when you can eat ugu.
Exactly. You don't have to. And if you feel like, okay, I want to try, sometimes I buy these things, it's wastage because
they're not nice.
Ew, I've tried everything from steaming, and again, you can't oversteam your veggies. You can't overcook your veggies. Is what I want to say. So you just steam it. From steaming to now, oh God. So it's just starting small. Go to the local market. Have a list of what you can afford. Start with it. If it's your olive oil, you can just do maybe 0.5 liter or 1 liter. Manage it. Olive oil goes a long way. For your plantains, you don't need to fry them. Just what's that thing? Air fryer. Just use your air fryer. Roast it. You don't like.
Or you put it under the sun.
Not even under the sun. Like just those are the ways you can manage, because this also includes me not eating so much of these oils too. So it's me also finding a way to enjoy my plantain. How can you tell me not to enjoy plantain? So by enjoying my plantain is to like air fry it, and your chicken, you don't need to do all those deep frying for your chicken or for your fish. If you're a pescatarian, it could be for you for fish. Some people are flexitarians, some people are vegans, some people are vegetarians, some people are raw vegans. Oh my God, those ones are
next level.
Like what's in law, that kind of a thing. But for people who are still like, I want to add my fish, I want to add my seafood. That's for pescatarians. They can still do all they want to do, but just start with what you have. This like if you feel that okay, how can I be on a monthly routine with making sure that I get my things? So you can look out for people who sell farm to table. So people who have farms outside Lagos, Kaduna, Abuja, Abeokuta. Like I do get my supplies from some people like that. You can just be on the period, maybe on the budget, maybe
just make sure researching.
So maybe when they are selling for another client, they can actually cut out yours, because they also don't sell based on per piece. They sell like they have a limit, of what they sell.
Okay. So what your the nutrition, basically, you would say it played a role in
it did.
Is it healing the PCOS?
Not healing, it's just managing it.
Okay.
Because like I said, I had skin. You didn't even ask, how did your skin go? Like, what happened?
Your skin was glowing. No, it's still glowing. When you came, I was like,
yeah, so it helped. The nutrition helped. So I had medications even before I now decided to go into the diet fully. So when I even decided I was going to go into the diet fully was when I also stopped buying lotion, cream. I make my own body cream.
Wow.
Yes, I make my own body cream. I make my own hair oils. My sister, I had to. God, Tosin, bless you.
The atmosphere in this place is like, what are we going to do in this life?
It was a lot for me. Have you heard of Aveno?
The body lotion.
Do you know how much Aveno is?
It's actually really expensive.
Do you know how much I spent?
It's expensive. The last time we bought was like 9K. I don't know how much it is now.
Okay, for an adult.
For an adult.
Sorry, but then again, like I said, after everything all cleared off and I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to make my own body cream. So I invested in raw materials. I had to learn how to make body butters from YouTube, and today that's what I use. No shade to anybody, nothing at all. And it's
no, shade them because your
I'm
skin
not shading
be
anybody.
Popping. No, your skin is popping. No,
but the truth
I'm just like,
of this
what?
matter, I've been able to take things into my own hands and help myself, from my food to my body. Like I'm so, is it picky or choosy when you're like, oh, me feel it like multi-day level here. So I know what I'm doing is what I would say, what I'm drinking, so from even to water. Oh, water.
So
I didn't give you the water
water.
gist. Yes. Water, you know when you buy Lasena, you buy that water, you don't put it on the ground. The water stays afloat. You know what it means? Because of the alkaline ingredients inside. So I had to switch, yes, to Lasena. Lasena is a very good water. Sorry, no adverts, but then again, very good.
People know. Okay, this is. I feel like I've been slapped with so much information.
No, not slapped with so much information. But what I'm trying to say is that even to your water.
Wow.
So from water to drinking water to what's that thing called? I have the a video on my YouTube channel. What's the thing called? Where you had your fruits, you had your so you had your cucumber, you had lemon, just to make sure your water is sweet. Because at a point, water seems not interesting to you, and your body needs to stay hydrated. Honestly, so it's like making your water interesting.
So you drink water? You drink only water?
No, like drink water, but make it very interesting. That's what I'm saying. Like for people who don't see, they see, they tell you take 2 liters or 1 liter a day. Hey, is it no? Like make it interesting, so you can have your veggies, you can have your meat inside, you can have something. So I'm not particularly saying that particular water. I'm just saying that water is very important in the journey. You know, some people would say they prefer that because it has alkaline, something inside that you can also make your own at home. You can have your water, have a slice of lemon inside, have a jar. So I usually have a jar where I just slice, and I do this all the time. I'm not religious with all these things, but it's not in mashi. But then again, I am very careful.
I like what you just said now, because that for me, a lot of people we over is it over really? We make religions out of things, and then when we fail to meet up to those expectations, we beat up ourselves about it, and we're like, oh, more, if not because. Wow, this has been such like an exciting, informative episode. I'm just like, like you make your food, you make your body butter. Wow. Anyway, where can people you used to have is your vlog still
on break for now?
That's healthy living.
It's not really easy. Juggling with work, juggling with everything. It's not really
but where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Tosin Ajibade, or same on Twitter at Tosin Ajibade. If you can find me on LinkedIn, I'm that professional.
And then if people want to even still find out about, like, if they want to, I've listened to this episode, your YouTube channel where you have.
Okay, so the YouTube channel is Elder Living with Tosin. That's I have some content on the channel. That. I talked about from water to food to I did all of that. Okay, that will still be serving people, because creating content is not easy. So.
It's not easy. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Like you schooled us today, basically. Like we went to school.
All right,
Shebi. Yeah, we went to school, and I'm full, so I'm just going to sit down, think about my life a bit, and just wonder how I can improve. I think that's my takeaway, how I can improve my own life, so that I can be better. Yeah, sure. And I can be glowing.
Sure. Yeah. It's for you.
And most importantly, Tosin said that you should enjoy. Strive to have soft life.
Strive to have very good.
Strive to have soft life. Thank you so much, Tosin, for coming.
Thank you.
As always, share this episode with somebody and tell somebody else to tell somebody else about it. And also binge on all our episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light. This is OloriSuperGal.